Well, hi. Hi, everyone. I am so glad you're here to join me. I wanted to talk a little bit about what happens when we have to face our own mortality. Tough topic. It's such a tough topic. And so I asked myself, how do I want to present this? What is the most positive way I could speak about facing the inevitable, or dealing with a difficult diagnosis, or getting bad news about our health, or getting older. And so I thought the best thing I can do is to deliver it with a smile and a sense of happiness and a sense of joy. Because oftentimes when we get bad news, what we tend to do is we contract. We pull our hearts back in. We may shut down. We may think it's kind of going down the wrong road, and we can sort of pull back from life and let ourselves be consumed by fear. This is my little Amazonite heart. I love this little one. So I want to talk just briefly about the feelings that can come when you hear some bad news. And I have found from my own experience, the first thing that hits was crushing grief. It's a sense of not wanting to talk about it to anyone. I didn't say anything for a couple of days. I just let myself cry. And I spent a couple of very sleepless nights, and I just felt this heavy, heavy grief. It was shock and denial, surprise, a sense of hopelessness and wondering, like, how could this happen to me? This wasn't supposed to happen. How could this happen? And then as you sit with it and process it, and then maybe you feel a little bit of anger or betrayal by your own body. Maybe you start to realize, I guess I wasn't invincible after all. I guess my best efforts weren't enough. So what we have to do is, once we process that grief, is we have to say, okay, this is what life is presenting me. Every diagnosis, every physical ailment that comes up is a teacher, is here to tell me something. What is it teaching me? What can I do with it? How can I get every drop out of my life while I have this, and while I still have breath? What can I do? And instead of giving into the fear, instead of saying, well, I can't beat this, it's bigger than me, I don't know what to do. Instead, find those things that you can lose yourself in that bring you joy. One or two things. Find something that you can allow yourself to drop into. And when you do those things, all of the troubles and all the worries just fade away. For me, one of those things is dancing. And when I'm dancing, no matter what kind of day I've had, no matter what worry has been on my mind, it's gone. So find what that is for you. Maybe it's being with your kids or your pets. Maybe it's being out in nature. Nature is good for putting things in perspective. And if you don't, maybe you live in a big city and you don't have a lot of nature around you, maybe you can have some plants. I got these orchids recently. I have 2 of them. They bring me so much joy just to look at them every day and to care for them and water them. I also like to, maybe this is something that would appeal to you, just sort of connect with the birds and the plants that are around you as you go to work and go about your everyday life. So connecting with something bigger than you, outside of yourself, can always help. Finding that thing that just brings you joy, even if it's silly or goofy, no one has to know. What I like to do, another thing, is I like to high five the leaves from overhanging tree branches that are on the trail where I ride my bike. These beautiful cottonwood trees, and if some of the branches are low enough so that as I'm pedaling by, the leaves are hanging down, as I high five those leaves as I pass, say high five, all right. It's totally goofy, but it makes me happy. So find those little things that bring you joy and happiness. Arm yourself with as much knowledge as you can, and remember, you're the only one living in your body. You know what you feel better than anyone else. This vessel that we have, that we've been given in this life, can't stop this train. We can't stop it from aging or getting sick. Sometimes we can slow it down. But sometimes when these things happen, they just fracture our egos. They make us realize that we're not in control here. There's a certain amount we can do, but we don't have complete control. So we have to make the best of what we can, the best of what we have. And don't give up, and don't stop searching. Don't pull your heart away. You need it. The world needs it. Don't deny anyone, and especially yourself, of that gift. And allow yourself to connect with those to love you and support you. I sincerely hope that has helped bring you some hope, a little bit of light, and a little bit of love into your day. So I think I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, for joining me. And if there's anything you'd like to say or comment on or add, I would love to hear it, and leave it for me below. Thank you.